like getting to know everybody, introducing yourselves to the HSC people and where they can find you and the projects you're in. We'll just kind of go left to right. Amanda, you're in the hot seat first to let everyone know who you are, where to find you, and the things you're involved in. And then Ashton, you'll be next.
All right. Well, my name is Amanda. My pronouns are she, her. You can find me online on Twitter at no Amanda Stop. That's spelled STAHP, the cute way. Otherwise, I'm usually around as I am a T-Rex on various things, including Twitch. I don't really stream a lot though, so don't follow me. Um, I am generally involved with the Gauntlet games these days over on the Gauntlet Discord or on Jason Cordova's YouTube. You can find a lot of games that I am in, including a lot of games that I am in with my pal Chaotic, who's in this game. So that's a lot of fun. You can also find some supplements and things I've written for games on itch.io under I am a T-Rex if you want to go and, play some spooky things.
Yes, yes, very good. Thank you, Amanda. Ashton, you're up next, and then Chaotic, you'll be next.
What is going on, Power Bottoms? Welcome back to my Minecraft Let's Play. I have IBS, and that's okay. Hi, I'm Ashton. You can follow me on Twitter at popsicle_Mike, where I tweet about my IBS or just everything. If you are interested in King Arthur or something around that area, I have a podcast called Friday Night Fights. Night is with a K, so it's Friday Knight Fights. It's a podcast about King Arthur. He was a modern day dumb himbo. And the entire first season is out, and we are in pre-production for season 2, so you can go check it out at FKF Tweets on Twitter. But if you don't like audio dramas or supporting things that I care about, you can follow at Cards Conspiracy on Twitter. That is my other show, which is Written in the Cars, and that is a podcast where me and my co-host bring on a guest every week, and we scream about how things in the Pixar's Cars universe works, and how cars have sex. And it's called Written in the Cars, so you can check that out wherever you get your podcasts.
I've always
Anyway,
wondered that. Oh my god.
yeah, so you can go check that out.
It's a deep cut. Each episode goes in depth.
It's very in depth. If anyone is interested in being on the show, I would love to have literally everyone on the planet. Just DM me, I'll get you on.
That's so good. That's so good. Thank you, Ashton. Chaotic. Why don't you introduce yourself?
I'm chaotic. I do games on the internet. I'm in a lot of the spaces Amanda is in. I play with the Gauntlet regularly. There's things in the works that I can't talk about, so like you can find me on Twitter at Blade5Chaotic or Chaotic Blade5 on Discord, or I'm pretty much that everywhere on the internet. So if you look that up, you're probably gonna find me.
Beautiful. Thank you. And Lonnie, last but not least.
All right. Hi, I'm Lonnie or Looney Shaws. I There's an underscore in my name if you're trying to find me on the internet. So it's Looney underscore Shaws, but uh, I I don't tweet that much. I like kind of tried to do it for a little while when I first started streaming. I was like, oh, this is gonna be like really important for my streaming career, and I, I keep forgetting it exists. I'm sorry. Um, if I'm not over here, a lot of times I'm on Lost Caravan RPG. I'm also one of the Discord mods over there, so I'll probably be in the recipe like channel or general chat or something like that. So come hang out if you ever want to join us too.
Yes. Yes. Very good. Thank you so much. Amanda, what is going on? What are we doing here? What is
So,
Numbskulls?
today we're going to be playing Numbskulls. This is a game by Caden Ramstack, and in it you play spooky skeletons. Now, you are spooky skeletons that have been risen to re-life, unlife, by a necromancer. And the necromancer, your necromancer, asks you to do his bidding. Run errands, go shopping, whatever he needs, drop off the library books, whatever he needs done, you get to do it. Unfortunately, necromancy is forbidden, so you have to be in disguise. Otherwise, you're going to get your necromancer in trouble. So you are going to be running errands while ensuring that people don't realize that you're skeletons. The vibe of this is very slapstick spooky. Spooky things will happen, but it's all cartoon physics. It's just going to be pretty much chaos. There's no prep for this game. We just sort of make things up as we go. I am a very lenient gamekeeper. If you suggest something, I will run with it. It'll be fine, or it'll go completely wonky, but that'll be fine too. So, whatever wonderful idea you come up with, I will absolutely run with that. So I'm very excited about this. To get started, we have looking way over here on my other screen. We have all of our skeletons all ready to go. The way the mechanics in this game work is that you are rolling 2d6 with a success range. So if you roll 2d6 and you get within your success range, then what you're trying to do, you succeed at, and you can tell us all about how that looks and how cool it is. If you roll too low, if you roll below your success range, you're being too spooky. Something's going to happen. The world's going to react because you're just being way too spooky skeleton. If you roll above your success range, you're being what the game calls superhuman. You're just being super cool. You're being way too cool. You're attracting attention. Everyone wants to be around you. So it's very much fail forward. Anytime you do not succeed, it will push the story forward. Something's going to happen. There's no situation where you don't succeed and then everything comes to a stop, because that's just not fun in a story like this. Now, to start, we should probably figure out what the necromancer wants you all to do. Now, I've run this game where I've had the skeletons bake a cake for the necromancer. I've had them create a drag race costume. I've also had them create an anime like convention costume,
Yes.
which is always, that's a fun one. Do you have any ideas? Anyone want to pitch something?
Oh, woof. Okay. A lot of pressure. A lot of pressure.
There's no bad ideas in brainstorming.
What if like the necromancer has like a nephew or something like that, or
So we
like
have to babysit?
oh my gosh, yes, even better. I was gonna say go
Yes.
get a gift
Bring to
for their
karate
birthday, but I like
classes. Like
babysitting way
Yeah,
more.
you're babysitting the nephew of your necromancer. The nephew's name is, what's a really like good name for
Gerald?
baby? Gerald is a great name. Yes.
Okay.
You're
Gerald.
babysitting Gerald. Gerald is 4 years old and the apple of the eye of his entire family. The necromancer believes that Gerald can do no wrong. You're not sure if Gerald can do no wrong, but you do as your necromancer asks, and you are tasked with looking after Gerald for the day. Now, that's going to involve some things such as keeping him entertained.
Oh no. Oh no.
I think we start our story at the necromancer's mansion. This is in the middle of town. It's a strange, spooky, tall building. It's very gothic, and there's always spooky clouds over it. And for some reason, there's a cemetery right there in the yard. All the other houses look normal, like kind of suburbia. So this house does stick out a little bit, but it's one of those things that the neighbors just go, "Oh, that's just that person. Don't worry about it." And so far, so good. Nobody knows that there's necromancy happening in there. Gerald gets dropped off by his parents. Basically, a car pulls up, out pops a kid, car speeds off, the little dust cloud happens. Gerald is there with he's got that little rainbow cap on with the propeller.
Beautiful.
In Canada, we call those a beanie. I know beanies are toques for you people in the States, which is different, but that's okay. A little propeller hat on. He's blowing bubbles with his bubble gum, and you can hear the big pop as they pop. And he's got a yo-yo, I think. He's playing with his yo-yo. And he is looking up at the house with a very neutral look on his face, waiting for someone to come out. The necromancer looks at the four of you and he says, "Skeletons, I bid thee to babysit my nephew." If
Yes,
you
Daddy.
would stop.
I was ready. I was so waiting. I'm like, I know. Okay.
Bless.
It's gonna be so much fun.
So, anybody watching, listening, you may not know this if you haven't read this game, and it's just a little one-page one-shot game. All of the players get to choose what they call the necromancer, and they can call the necromancer anything.
Lonnie, you did this to yourself.
I know.
Yeah.
I was ready for it. I don't care.
We have. I'm going to get into the introductions of all of the skeletons in just a bit, but Lonnie has chosen to call the necromancer Daddy. It's going to be great. The necromancer sort of gestures you out the front door, and as you step out into the sunlight, I want you to describe what you look like, what does your walk look like, and how you greet Gerald. And this is going to work as sort of an introduction to your skeleton, as well as getting a little vibe check on everybody. Chaotic, would you mind going first since you're first in the character keeper?
I don't mind. I think we should start with what else we call our Lord and Master. I call him our Lord Skelly. Um, I am known as Business Skeleton because I wear a business suit and I have a business mustache.
Yes.
I have been around for about 15 years now. I do the accounting, but however, I also make sure that these jokers are in line because they can't do math, unfortunately. I'm the math one.
That tracks.
It's really important to have a math skeleton around.
Mhm.
I get this. Yeah.
It's amazing.
I think I'll go and approach Gerald and just give a little wave. Oh, you must be uh the nephew, Gerald. Yes? Hello.
Gerald looks up at you and picks his nose a little. Doesn't look very impressed. Lonnie, would you like to introduce your skeleton, Dug Up? I just got that.
You gotta say it out loud for it to really sink in.
Yep. So I am playing a character called Dug Up. And again, she's only been around for about 4 years since she's been arisen. So she's still a little new to all of this, which is probably why she's like totally fine with calling the necromancer daddy. Um maybe it's in a little kid way, maybe it's in I don't know, I haven't decided yet, but
We'll find
she's
out.
probably not the most professional. But she, because her name is Dug Up, I also kind of imagined her being like a gardener type. So she's probably wearing like a big floppy sun hat and like a long sleeve, like plaid button down with overalls over it. And even though there's nothing that she's actively watering, I do think she's carrying a watering can right now. Just to kind of like maybe like hide the rigidity of like her being a skeleton, like she thinks like holding something heavy like makes it okay if she's kind of like slumped over to one side a little bit. So she'll approach Gerald and kind of already be seeing that that business skeleton already kind of like handled the introduction, kind of just be like almost just like tip her hat a little bit and not really know exactly like how to handle this new situation yet. She's still a little just like from behind, just hello.
Gerald kicks out one of his little feet. He's got the light up sneakers on, the Velcro ones that have the
Fuck
light
yeah,
up.
he's cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this kid is cool.
Coolest kid in
He
daycare.
he kicks the watering can a little just to see what happens.
um I'll like kind of jokingly go to like pretend to pour some water on him and like see how long it takes to like fake him out before all of a sudden he's like no.
Oh, he stares you down. There's no fear
I
in
get
this
like
child.
2 inches away from there being water coming out of that can,
He looks
and then
up
I
at
kind of
you and
like
he says, "Do it."
Shoo me.
I like get to that point where I like stall right before it's gonna happen, and then I just do like this kind of like and just put it down. Like maybe I'll get you later.
He looks up at you and he says, "Thought so."
We're dead.
Oh,
We're double dead. We're gonna find true death. That's
just
what's gonna
kidding.
happen here. We're gonna get true death.
David, why don't you tell us about Baxter Finch?
Yeah, Baxter Finch eh, loves has much admiration for our necromancer. Baxter calls our necromancer Captain. Maybe they met on a boat. I don't know. But yeah, Baxter is one of those skeletons that's in like the bowler hat and the vest, right? Over like a dirty shirt, right? Like the shirt was clean, but Baxter has kind of forgotten to like keep doing the laundry on this thing. So like it's got some sort of like gray stain on it that they still need to go clean up. But here they are dressed for the day, and the way that Baxter walks is with that like that falling motion that skeletons can have because they don't have like good coordination of things. So like Baxter kind of leans head first towards things and like takes a big step to catch themselves and stands back up straight, you know. And so it doesn't take a lot of steps to get places, but is is kind of falling the entire time that they're not standing still. Um, and Baxter, in preparation for the arrival of the nephew, Baxter is clutching a bag that is probably like an old, like very old, like um, a hat box or something like that, and he has scrawled on the side snacks, and is like stands on the patio and like looks at this like child and says, "If you're good, there are snacks."
I have to ask, what kind of snacks have you prepared for this child?
Yeah, so inside are like rocks and various potions that I have brewed up, which I think will sustain a child for a day.
Okay. Awesome. This
But I
is going to
figure,
be,
but he probably figures like, well, that's a colorful rock. They'll probably chew on that for a little bit, right? I mean, that'll be
yeah,
good.
that'll be a
We'll
perfectly
find a
safe
surprise.
thing to feed a child.
Yes.
Oh,
but
Baxter.
but it's all inside this like hat box that there's like a strap that Baxter's holding on to, and there's like that circular um like rigid box, and it kind of wobbles a little bit. You can hear the rocks like to one side for a second, and like the clink of glass inside.
Does the glass sound broken at all?
No, no,
Oh,
no,
good. Oh,
no,
good.
no, no. Yeah, not yet. We've
We'll
just
see how
begun.
long that lasts.
Yeah, we've just begun, so it'll be
Some of
fine.
my favorite snacks.
Yeah, these are prime skeleton snacks. Yes, yes.
We do love to eat rocks.
The snacks are for us.
It has calcium.
Yes,
Skeletons need their calcium.
yes.
Aren't we only calcium?
I'm not sure what's happening, but I love it.
And I dug some of this up from the basement, so it has radon in it.
Oh, the
Oh,
healthiest
yeah.
part.
Best part.
Yeah,
Makes your
that's
teeth
radon's
tingle.
delicious. I gotta say.
Slightly sour, slightly spicy.
Why is
Mm.
it spicy?
Beautiful. Ashton, why don't you tell us about Indiana Bones?
Yeah. So I'm playing Indiana Bones. And he looks like a distinguished college professor. I don't know what he teaches, probably archaeology, just a random guess. And he was risen in 1981, and so his bones are a little bit yellow, and he looks a little bit crusty, but still like very like if a skeleton could be in shape, that would be him.
So what you're saying is he's kind of hot?
He's kind of
Okay.
Silver Fox, yes.
All right.
And he's the last one to exit the house, and he slowly like walks, and he has a limp, and he walks with a limp, and then much like Gene Wilder's Willy Wonka, he does a forward roll and stands up, and he no longer has a limp, and he just waits for the kid to like freak out.
I think you do actually get Gerald's attention.
Yes.
Gerald blinks at you for a moment, reaches into his pocket, and takes out another piece of gum, pops it into his mouth. And that's all the response you get, but it is response.
Is it good?
That's a wonderful question. It's
It's
really
not bad.
impossible to tell with children if they're happy or not. Like quite literally impossible. So you can't really tell.
Yeah.
Can't really tell if this child's evil or not either. It's really difficult.
No, I think I can tell.
Okay,
The nephew of a
That one I
necromancer.
got.
I really am excited about this because I, Amanda, don't really know much about kids. So this is
amazing
all
for
of
me.
my interpretation.
Oh, that's great.
Of
I
how
don't know
children
much
work.
about Indiana Jones.
Perfect.
So.
We're all doing good. I do have a question about Indiana Bones, though.
Yes.
Is he still teaching?
Online courses.
Yeah, definitely over Zoom only.
Okay,
Wait, but
okay.
how does that work with the fingerprint on, like, you'd have to have, like, a physical mouse just to even be able to, because I don't think a trackpad would work with that.
I think he has, like, a Mac.
Oh, no. Look. Baxter has you. Indiana Jones has been taken care of by Baxter. I have given you a hot dog.
Yeah.
Oh, yep.
Perfect.
And use that to be your touch implement.
There's just like a container of hot dogs next to the
we
laptop.
have hot dogs and we're giving a child rocks.
Well, the hot dogs are for the touchscreens that none of us can operate. Those are critical tools
tech
for our
tools.
jobs.
Hot dogs
Okay.
are too squishy and kind of gross, and they smell a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rocks,
Yeah, who
on the
wanna
other
eat that?
hand, crunchy, delicious.
Rocks are good.
Last all
Chef's
day.
kiss.
Also slightly spicy.
Yeah.
Full of nutrition. Yeah, the hot dogs are like critical pieces of like equipment for us.
I love this. I love this lore that we're establishing together. It's
If you're okay with that,
of course.
Oh.
Okay.
Please be okay with it. It's so good. I love this so much. Okay.
Yeah, it's like a Hebrew national like all beef, you know, like solid.
Only the best ones.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
You see, well, I suppose maybe not you see, but the camera sort of pans out on this scene so that it has the house in the background, and you can see the necromancer just sort of poking his head up through the window just to see what's going on.
I give the necromancer a thumbs up, just to like let him know they're
Yeah, I like
doing
it.
fantastic work.
The necromancer nods, and you see him start to sort of disappear down, and you see a little thumb up. Disappear down too.
All right.
Success.
Gerald looks at the four of you as babysitters, and he is used to being babysat, but not by 4 people at the same time.
I like how Gerald is already suspicious of
Yeah.
our personhood.
And like with a lot of kids, he is going to be trying to push your buttons, try to see what he can get away with. The first thing he wants to do, though, is play. He reaches into his other pocket. This kid has nothing but pockets. Like, I'm pretty sure he's wearing cargo pants, but they're like all pockets. So he reaches into one of his many pockets and pulls out a bag of marbles.
Oh, he brought his own snacks.
Yeah, yummy.
And he takes one out, flips it, and spins in the air, and he catches it. Ready for a game? He says, I don't know why he sounds like that, but that's how he sounds now. Ready for a game?
Yeah, Baxter
Absolutely.
like bends at the knees and like goes up and down like real quick. Yes, yes, a game, please.
Now, I think Gerald doesn't. I mean, he is sort of this spoiled child, so he does not do a lot of stuff for himself. He turns to business skeleton, and says, "You, mustache, dig us a
Yes.
little hole."
Mm, yes, that sounds pretty reasonable. You need a spot for optimal gameplay.
Yes, yes. Make sure it's a good spot.
Hmm.
I'm
Yeah.
watching you.
Yeah. I go around the yard, look for surveying the yard to see like what spots have good digging potential.
Okay, yeah.
And then afterwards, I'm going out back to grab the shovel, and I'm just gonna dig a hole out in the yard.
I I love this. I would like you to do a roll for whether or not you find a good spot in the yard to dig. Now, this is going to be. I'm going to make this a physical roll. There are only three stats in this game: physical, magical, and social. I'm going to make you do a physical roll because it's kind of like using your, well, not your eyes, using
Oh,
your eye sockets to find a good spot.
also digging.
Digging. Yeah. Uh, so let's do that. Roll us a 2d6.
Ooh, that's fantastic. It's an 8. It's within range.
8
Ooh.
within range. Um, Tell us about this hole. Tell us about how you're digging this hole. Like, you're not
Mhm.
terribly muscly, business skeleton.
No, but I'm very smart. Uh, because I do all the math, and so I know the right angles to put the shovel in and to how to optimize dirt removal.
Yeah,
Find
Yeah.
the
using your knowledge of like
fulcrum of the.
leverage. Yeah,
Mhm.
that
Also,
is.
How many
I
graves do we dig on a regular basis?
Also, the fact that the kid looked at the one wearing like a full-on suit is like
Yeah,
dig instead of like I'm wearing overalls and
yeah,
like a sun
Yeah,
hat. I look like I belong in a garden.
I'm an
Just no.
I'm like
This
archaeologist.
is
I'm already dirty, you
yeah.
know.
Oh yeah,
The
Gerald knew what he was
worst
doing.
choice.
So good.
This kid is what my parents would have called a shit disturber.
I'm gonna,
And so,
Business Skeleton is doing this. I want to hand Doug up some candy. I'm gonna reach into
yeah.
my box of candy and I'll hand you like two little rocks of radon infused limestone.
Yum.
I kind of like give a look of like for me. For the
For you, for you. Yeah, it was popcorn moment I saw on video. Popcorn.
pop. Oh,
And then like he eats some candy too
for
while
the
we watch.
nerves. For the
Yeah,
nerves.
while we watch business do
It like
business
rattles kind
with
of
the
down
yard.
the.
Just falls to the ground.
Yeah, rattles out of our bodies, and then like Baxter tries to like fall down and like pick them up and put them back into the box as
More for
stealthily as they
later.
can.
Oh, bonus.
Yes, candy returns.
Indiana Bones is pacing back and forth, just watching Business Skeleton dig this hole to see if it's like up to his
Yeah.
standards.
Do you have notes on the
Yeah,
hole? Yeah.
absolutely. I have notes. I'm not gonna say them right now, but like
Okay.
we'll have like an aside later where I'm gonna like really just get into this shit with him.
Yeah, I like that a lot. The This hole that you're digging, it's a very nice hole. You've done a really great job, Business Skeleton, and it is in the perfect spot for playing marbles. Gerald lines up his. I don't know anything about marbles. I don't know why I chose marbles of all games. It's what I don't know how to play. So he puts down his marbles around the hole, and
Gerald is making this up, and that is what a 4-year-old would do, and that
yeah.
is totally fine.
Oh
Like
yeah.
we don't know the rules either, so
Yeah.
like we don't know Gerald's rules, and
Yeah.
that is fine.
And he says, every time you miss a shot, you've got to do something funny,
Alright.
Okay.
like, I don't know, a handstand while
Oh,
singing a song.
yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
And If I don't think it's funny enough, then you gotta do it again. He lines up his marble and he takes his shot, and his marble goes into the hole and it hits one of the other marbles out of the way. I'm just going to assume that it's curling rules. I know how curling works.
Yeah.
And then it sort of like
Perfect.
pushes it out of the way, and that marble takes the spot, and he says, "I'm winning." You. And he looks up at Indiana Bones.
Oh,
You look like
okay.
an old teacher.
I am an old teacher.
You probably invented this game,
I
old timer.
I didn't, but I wish I did. I would be rich.
You don't look very rich.
Hence, I said I didn't.
Why don't
This is how conversation 4-year-olds go. I just want to give everybody like this is solid.
I'm waiting for that why, but why, but why, but why?
Oh, don't worry. That'll
Yes.
happen.
Oh God! All right, I'm just gonna pick up a marble, and I'm just gonna keep looking back at Gerald to make sure that I'm doing like the right thing. Like, and then I'm
Gerald's
just
standing
gonna-
there, arms crossed, a little bit of a sneer on his face, like, real judgy, this kid.
Okay, well, don't forget that I'm the cool one. I did the forward roll. And I'm gonna just kind of throw the marble.
So, okay, when you say throw the marble, do you mean like overhand throw?
It's underhand, but it is very aggressive.
Oh no.
Oh, beautiful. Okay, please make this a physical roll.
Oh, fantastic.
2d6,
Okay.
and we'll see how it fits with your physical.
Oh God. Oh baby. Yeah. Okay, that's a 5, but it's in my success range.
Awesome. Narrate this out. Tell us how this looks.
It's so he throws this marble way too aggressively, and I feel like it hits like a tree and bounces off of it,
Yeah.
and then like bounces off like a mailbox or some shit.
Yeah.
Very goofy, and then like just knocks his marble out finally after bouncing on a bunch of things.
Yeah, it's like boing, 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 boing,
Yeah.
boing. I think at one point it bounces like off of Baxter's head, and
Yes. Baxter's like rooting around in his like box of snacks. Back to it.
Looks
that's
like
not
I'm
bad,
winning.
old timer.
Thank you. Oh, that's very nice. Looks like I'm winning, and now I get to eat your marble.
You don't eat
I'm
my
gra-
marble.
I'm gonna eat the marble.
Describe eating this marble.
He's just gonna put it. He's staring at Gerald the entire time.
This is like a power move.
Yeah, he's just crunching on this marble. It's so loud. It's so loud, and it lasts for so long.
I feel like the camera, with every crunch, it's zooming in a little bit more on your faces, so it's kind of flicking back between Gerald and your face, Gerald and your face, just getting a little bit closer each time.
The tension.
It's extremely long, and as soon as I'm done, I just go, okay, now who's next?
Question: what happens to the marble remains? Because
I think they just kind of dust. They fall on the.
oh,
I
They
think
just
you
dec-
ground
Falls
it
inside their
down to
clothes,
dust.
right? Like
Your insides are decorated with cat's eye agate. You know, it's like it's like this beautiful yellow fleck.
Yeah,
okay.
this kid is. Oh, you can almost see the wheels turning in his evil little head. You. Gardeny goo.
Yeah, Baxter takes a step back.
the name's Doug. Thank you.
All right then, Doug. Why don't
Okay.
you go?
Why was that the
Gerald.
most cutting thing he could have ever said?
4-year-olds, man, they know it. They know how to get you.
We do actually.
Use your own name against you in ways you didn't know were possible.
Burn.
They see your soul.
um, Doug will like pointedly put down the watering can that she had just like right next to where he was standing before. So kind of like where he was like kind of lining up to like do the marble toss, like kind of just like asserting her dominance and like placing her stuff in his zone. And then she grabs one of the marbles and like kind of just like looks at it and it's like that looks really pretty. It looks really good. But then has to fight it and like tries to throw it and kind of just tries to mirror where she thought Gerald throw it last time
Yeah.
because she doesn't know the point of the game right now. She hasn't figured it out. So she's just like, if I just throw it in the same place, then maybe.
Let's do this as a physical roll.
All right. What is my I feel like my physical was like the one that I was okay, yep. I have between a 6 and a 8 to do this. That is a 9.
Oh no.
So I
That
do it
is
too well?
outside.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think actually what happens is you throw this marble and it gets a little bit of like a curveball spin on it
Ooh.
and it lands perfectly in the hole right where it should, knocking all the other marbles like way out, and it sort of spins around the bowl of the hole somehow at the same time, and when it stops, it's, you notice that the shape, it's drawn a little picture in the hole and it's of a skull head. It's just really cool.
Mhm.
And Gerald leans over, looks in the hole, looks up at you, looks in the hole, looks up at you. How'd you do that?
I'm really good at this game.
Well, the rules are changing.
You get to eat my marble.
The new rules are if you knock any of my marbles out, you lose.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
We need to end the game.
Panic!
Yeah.
Can I panic eat the marbles?
All of them.
What marbles? I can't knock any of them in the hole.
I'm just seeing like business skeletons going on hands and knees, crawling towards the hole, and just like fist, like whole hand, just shoving them into their maw as they're like trying to destroy all the evidence. If there was ever a
Yeah.
marbles game here.
I love this. I think, are you trying to, like, you're trying to end the game. You're not trying to intimidate this kid, right?
Yeah, I'm just trying to end the game. I don't think I can contain all the marbles at once because I'm a skeleton and they will just fall through my pants.
Yeah.
So I have to do this by magical means. So I'm going to make a magical stomach, like
Yeah.
basically a magical pocket inside of me.
So you're making a magical pocket dimension that is attached somehow to your face bones and
Yeah.
where your throat would be if you had one. Okay.
Yeah.
Checks out. Let's see this magic roll.
The pure desperation of the skeleton.
I think Doug is gonna be sitting there watching business eat all the marbles and be like, I wanted one.
That is a 6, which is thankfully just in my success range.
Describe your magic. How does this look? How do you cast your spell? What does it do? Give
Okay.
us the scene.
As like the eyes are like making contact, and I'm thinking, oh no, he's about to discover we are skeletons because of the skeleton face that has been made in the dirt. I have to destroy the evidence. So I take out my calculator and I start punching in the numbers, trying to calculate how to make pockets. And then I figured it out. and suddenly there is a pocket inside my mouth.
Amazing. Yeah, math. You can totally do that with math. That works in math. I do that all the time at work.
I only know how to spell hello and boobs on a calculator. I don't know how to make
Which is
a
also really
pocket.
cool. It's basically the same thing. Same level of
Teach
cool.
me.
It is a different type of spell. You have the magic of humor.
You have to do it with a graphing calculator. Yeah, that's the real.
Oh,
Mhm.
Yeah.
yeah. That
Uh,
explains it.
yeah, you shovel all of these marbles into your gaping mouth hole with a pocket void in it. And I think, Doug, I do think you grab a marble, before it gets sucked into the void with all the other ones, and you chomp it. This kid just jaw drops. Not because of how weird that was, because it wasn't so spooky that it, really caught his notice, but just because now all of his marbles are gone. And he
Shit.
looks over at you,
Oh.
business skeleton, and his face starts to turn red,
Oh
and it
no.
scrunches up, and he lets out a wail.
Oh no. I don't know what to do.
Oh, Daddy's not gonna
Fuck.
be pleased.
Baxter, like,
No. Don't call for old sport. Don't
yeah,
call for old sport.
yeah. Baxter like tumbles down the stairs, right? Like kind of falling forward, and like is like opening the box, the hat box. It says, Wait, small um person,
Gerald.
Gerald. I have better marbles, and I'm gonna pull out a bunch of these like stones,
Yeah.
and I would like to magically spheroid them as I'm like reaching in and pulling out, like I just very quickly, like while my hand is in the box, I'm in there like casting on all of them, like come
Yeah.
get circle, squares, sphere, and so like I'm gonna try and turn them all into like spherical looking stone marbles.
Brilliant. There's no way this can go wrong.
Beautiful, thank you.
Let's do the
Those were
roll.
the tasty rocks.
Yes,
I will note that the marbles did not get destroyed in me. They're just inside my mouth.
I know,
Yep.
I know. But all I know how to do is give gifts to assuage the 4-year-old. This will end well. So I rolled an 8, which is
Oh,
in the range for my
well
magic.
done.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Beautiful. Yeah, describe how these marbles look after you do this weird like rock turner spell.
Yeah, sure. So like they're still just rocks, right? They've just been like honed into spheres. And Baxter like plunges his hand into this like hat box and like pulls out like a fistful of differently sized spheres that are all clearly like granite and limestone, right? Like there's just like innate rock, but they've been uh shaped and like gently polished, not like high polish, but like a little
Yeah.
bit of polish on them. And we see as the sickening purplish magic like seeps away, back up into his sleeve of his like dirty shirt, right? For like the briefest of moments, only the other skeletons see that, right? As the magic retreats back into his like skeletal form. And like he still has like skeleton hands. So like these rocks are like tumbling or like falling through his hand onto the ground, but like he's holding it out like in Spirited Away, when No Face is like holding out the thing of
Yeah.
gold, and there's like it's like a pile, and it's like falling onto the floor. Like that's what
Totally.
Baxter
Yeah.
is doing. Is like, and like there's all these like marbles just falling onto the floor, like with a small trail of nice-ish looking stone marbles. And Baxter says, see, better than you had even.
Gerald is still kind of wailing, but you can tell that now it's just kind of for show.
Yeah.
Go.
Yeah.
But he's looking down at these new fancy marbles like he's never seen before. And I think he's kind of as he reaches down and picks one up.
I'm gonna I'm gonna kind of like my shoulder's gonna fall as I twist around to look back at the house. Like because I can only really like turn around in certain like comically bad ways, right? From the
Yeah, of course.
skeletal form, right? I'm gonna look where like maybe Captain is gazing through like a window
Yeah,
blind
he's
or
like
whatever.
peering through some
Yeah,
curtains, like all you see is his eye.
I'm gonna give him a.
And the curtain closes, and you see a little thumbs up coming through.
And I'm gonna whip back around to Gerald. So good, yes.
Okay. But only if we go to the park.
Oh. Mhm.
Yeah.
The
There is a
the
playground.
the one that's close or the big one.
Well, I was gonna go to the one that's close, but if there's a big one,
Nice.
Oh no.
Baxter.
Baxter, what's your
there
plan?
is a little
No
park
plan.
that's close that has a swing set and a slide. And then there's a bigger park that is not as close. It's across a few different streets, sort of through the main part of town, and it's got even more swings and a tire swing and monkey bars and a slide.
Oh, good.
Oh
It's a
shit!
really
Does he
cool
know
park.
about the tire swing?
I think Baxter let that slide.
Fuck.
Slide, slide.
Okay.
Let's go to the park.
Yeah, the small one, yeah. The smaller one.
No, the other one.
Okay. All right. Who's driving?
Driving, we have a car.
We have a skeleton mobile.
I assume that we at least have one communal car.
Which of you has a driver's license?
I mean, Indiana Bones probably.
Please describe,
Wait.
even if it's just like through a montage,
Mhm.
the process of you doing your driver exam.
I feel like, okay, here's the thing. It took a few tries. Like the first time, I think that he like walked into like the DMV wearing like one of those Richard Nixon masks. and
I think at that point the DMV people thought you were going to rob them.
yes,
and called the
exactly, they
police.
did.
Yep.
So that time didn't work very
Yeah.
well. And then the next time he showed up with like his skeleton face just covered in like really heavy makeup. And that also did not work. But then COVID happened, so he could wear a mask. He wore a mask and sunglasses and just like a hat, maybe like an Indiana Jones hat. I don't know, maybe. If he
I
had
think
one.
there's like a moment in the montage that we see everybody at the DMV line, and there's like a bunch of people in a hat with sunglasses and a mask on, and it does that thing where the camera sort of settles on one person. And we think that's probably Indiana Bones, but then that person moves up to the thing, and you see Indiana Bones, like the little skeleton hand reaching in to adjust their glasses or whatever, but still in the line.
Yes.
And he takes his driver's exam, and man, is it rough, but he gets just enough. Like
COVID
points.
was the best thing in the world.
COVID was amazing
because
for
we
us.
all wear gloves everywhere we went
got to
with
go-
masks.
We got to go to concerts.
Oh wow!
We all saw BTS.
I have to know, Baxter, what was your favorite concert that you went to?
Oh, definitely.
Grateful Dead.
Oh my god. Yes. Yes. Baxter went to the Grateful Dead tour. And definitely gave out a lot of candy and confused a lot of people.
Yeah.
They thought they were buying a crack rock, but it was really just a regular
Yeah.
rock.
There was
Yeah.
actually this weird rush of people that had to get brought to the hospital for choking on rocks at this concert, and the Grateful Dead had to put out a statement. It was a whole thing.
Hey, did we make any new friends from that? Any new skeleton friends?
Yeah, I think you're part of a Deadhead club now.
No,
Not
no.
skeletons. You're the
Wait,
only
who-
skeletons. But
Is anybody like dug up? Were you from that concert?
Yes, I'm only like 4 years old. Can we say it's 2023, but can we say it's 2024
yeah,
so that like
we're in the future.
I had a concert in
Anyone-
2020. I got handed a rock and I was like, sick man, thanks.
Yeah. Yeah, and then you just sort of got like adopted into the family.
We have a group chat, but we have to have a phone with a hot dog.
You know, I'm actually not gonna lie, I'm really proud of an iPhone if it can recognize a hot dog as a finger.
I want to try this out now.
That's a-
Cat,
no.
can
Definitely
we have a hot
can.
dog?
This is the whole thing. When it got super cold in like South Korea or something like that, there was like these articles about how they're all using hot dogs to use their phones in the winter.
Yeah.
It's been like minus 40 here all week. I've never thought to use a hot dog.
Get
Wait,
yourself.
You can use your tongue though.
You-
It's
you-
like situation.
taking my tongue out and touching it to something in minus 40 weather.
Well, I'm just.
Have you not
do it
What
seen
you're not
time.
supposed to do.
Have you
I
not seen the
promise
Christmas Story?
I promise. Well, if the phone is in your pocket and it's warmed by your body heat, and then you really quick go, here's my passcode.
No, you use your nose.
You can use your nose,
But then
I
you go
feel like-
cross-eyed
yeah.
because you're like,
I mean, I guess.
Yeah, I suppose. I'm wondering, this hot dog thing, veggie dogs count, right? Like it would still
Mhm.
work.
I have no idea.
I'm
Probably.
sure veggie dogs.
yeah.
I,
We'll try this out.
I mean, I think it's about the texture, right?
It's the conduct. Yeah, whatever.
The,
Who
the
knows?
texture and like
Yeah.
maybe
You'll
the
fi-
warmth too. Like
Amanda, you'll
'cause-
find out. You'll tell us.
I'm gonna be in the kitchen on break, just using different things in my kitchen to try and turn my phone on. It's gonna be ridiculous.
Scrambled eggs do kind of work.
Scrambled eggs?
Yes.
What?
How
do
did
you
you
know
find that out?
I don't want to talk about it.
How many scrambled eggs plopped onto your phone before you realized your phone was reacting to the scrambled eggs that kept ending up on your phone?
Well, it wasn't I plopped the scrambled eggs on it. It was I was eating scrambled eggs and I laughed so hard that I spit up some scrambled eggs. And it clicked on a button.
And you're like,
Hooray.
no,
it's
don't
like-
call mom. Don't call
Yeah.
mom now. My mouth is full of eggs.
But it's really hard to like get it. Like it's not the greatest thing. Like a hot dog definitely works better than a scrambled egg.
Okay. That's why your skeletons aren't carrying scrambled eggs around. Look, we boiled it all the way back around.
It's true.
During this montage, while we see how you got your driver's license, can we have a montage where like a handful of us are trying to fashion together what could be seen construed as a child seat in the Skelly-mobile?
Absolutely.
oh
of course.
no.
Yeah, safety first.
Yeah.
Duh.
Oh,
You
Because
know enough that kids need to have a safety seat for the bone mobile.
I saw
can we not call it the boatmobile?
No, we have to call it the
wait,
phone.
no, can we I was thinking could there be a bumper sticker that just says straight out of the grave?
Yes.
Yes.
It's got like it's like flanked by Grateful Dead stickers, like the small.
Where's the fan art of all of
Yeah.
us just in front of the bone mobile?
My other car is a coffin. Oh,
No one will ever know the difference.
it's amazing. You're so good at pretending to be humans. I don't know how anyone would ever guess that you're actually skeletons in
If
disguise.
we lean into it, people will just think that we're like in
Weird.
a cult.
I mean, yeah.
So,
We're like that weird goth family in the
Yeah.
neighborhood, you know.
Every family, every neighborhood has one.
Yeah.
Should I take off the really like the sun hat and like the preppy looking like overalls and stuff like that if
Oh
we're
my
trying to
God.
pass for a
Oh my
goth
God.
family?
Can we in the lore have it so that like ravens are like always on the bone mobile? And we're
Always.
always like trying to shoo them away. Like, stop
Yeah.
it, go away. You're
Yeah,
unwelcome
The
here.
second you stop, there's like a whole murder of them. Just I don't know if it's a murder for ravens. It's crows. Anyway, but a whole bunch of them. Okay, tell us. I want
What do you want us to do,
everyone
Jim?
to grab one item from the shed that you use to put together this car seat with.
Oh, Oh, as a gardener, like sometimes those like they have like specific things that are like padded that you can kneel on when you're gardening. Like it's literally just like a piece of foam that's probably like that long, and I like I don't know how I'm gonna put. I'll see what everyone else grabs too, but I think that's a good thing of just like this.
Yeah.
This
Gardening foam?
is right. Wrap it around the kid's head, maybe like a
Mm.
bandana
Oh,
Yeah,
Oh,
super
oh,
safe.
oh.
with it.
I'm gonna go get some like some pool noodles, and I'm gonna cut them and shape them to look like the 5-point harness that the kids have to wear.
sorry. Does the necromancer have a pool?
No,
No.
no pool, just the pool noodles because somebody like one
Yep.
blew into the yard, and like the neighbors wouldn't
Find
go
your
get it.
skeepers. Yeah, it's my
Oh
yard.
yeah,
This is my stuff.
it's the scary yard that always has the clouds hanging over it. So of
Yeah.
course nobody's gonna come to get the pool
No,
noodle.
we have
Yeah.
Yeah.
frisbees for days, right?
Yeah. Yeah, there's actually a whole extra shed for lost frisbees.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get some bungee cords because we need like stuff to like tie it all together to the seats.
I thought you were gonna say tie the kid to the seat, but that's also good.
I mean,
I mean, isn't that the same thing?
yeah.
Basically.
Um, in the shed with all the lost things, is there like, because apparently our neighbor has a pool. If we don't have one, I would like to steal one from our neighbor.
Yeah.
Is there like a
pool?
pool tube?
Oh, a pool tube. I thought you were gonna steal the pool. Yeah, of course.
No, it's like
Yeah.
a tube.
There's a couple of them in there. Some of them have blown over the fence. Some of them you got for when you sneak into the neighbor's pool.
Yeah.
Because gotta have a tube.
We,
It's more
yeah,
we
do
can't
like
swim.
to.
We
Yeah,
have to
we-
use the tubes to
We
float.
do like
Yeah,
to
yeah,
like
that-
play
and you
in
keep
the
popping the
pool.
floaties. So...
I don't think I'd be able to get back up if I just dove into the pool without a floaty. So you know.
I love it. So then we have a pool tube.
There's like a winter pool party because we don't care about temperature, right? Where
Yeah.
like all of us have like the big tube under our arm, right? And we're all just like in the water, like
Yeah.
these giant floaties keeping us all up.
Whenever the neighbors
Grateful
go on
Dead playing on the
vacation-
boom
Yeah,
box.
exactly, exactly. And the neighbors are gone for like they're
Yeah.
snowbirds, right? So they just go
Yeah.
south for the winter.
And they don't close their pool for some reason, which is
Yeah.
probably gross, but good
We
for
don't-
us.
Maybe we
Or
open
they
it.
do, and we've just learned to open it.
We just take the tarp out. Be like, why are they covering up this great pool? It's like, why are they hiding it?
So good. We just have to break the ice a bit. when
They
we
come
get
back
it.
after their holidays full of like leaves and crap. Why does this keep happening?
I don't get it.
I love this. Okay. I think your seat is perfect. I was gonna say ingredients, the things that you've got to make the seat, I mean that's foolproof. It's totally gonna be a safe seat for this kid. Who wants to convince Gerald to get into it? Because Gerald's been watching all of this.
Okay, I don't want to say anything, but I will. I imagine it's a minivan, the Bone Mobile.
Yeah.
And so we just like open up the door, and then I just like,
It's got a
like-
Grateful Dead mural on the outside.
yeah, I Will Smith like at Jada, like, and I just look at Gerald.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. I think let's roll a social for that. Let's see if that'll convince
shit.
him.
Okay. Oh,
If it
God,
doesn't
why
look
did
like
I
it's
do
working, I'll do the watering can thing again. Just getting a little bit closer to him just to edge him in.
that? Yeah, it's not working. I got
Oh,
a
no.
9, and that's out of my success range.
That means
that's-
you did too well, though.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
did too well. Oh, that's
You're
fair.
standing there in front of the Bone Mobile, gesturing Will Smith style, and a couple of teenage girls are walking by, and they see you, the Silver Fox like archaeologist, gesturing to a Grateful Dead van.
Did
And
you
you
just lure
become-
children into your van?
No, they're gonna take video of you for TikTok.
When you say teenage, is it like over 18? I just want to be clear.
Oh, I think they're like school age, like 16.
Okay, then
They're
I
just
will
like,
not
hey,
be-
look at this like old man who's, basically they're turning you into a TikTok star. That's what's
Okay.
gonna happen here. Is the
That's so good.
these kids record you on TikTok. They do that thing. You know how teenagers do this really fast,
Mm.
and they
Oh,
put
yeah.
background music and there's sound effects, and it's on YouTube.
It's
And
a fan cam.
Mhm.
by the time you even put your arms down, you are a YouTube or a TikTok star. You've gone viral on TikTok. So
Which
that's
of us
gonna be fun.
is in the background of all of this that gets spied later on in the comments? Like,
Just
what
being
is
like,
with?
I like that. I like that.
I
We'll
think
save that for later. I
Okay,
think.
okay.
We'll figure out when that becomes a thing.
When someone recognizes us.
We'll figure it out then. Yeah, I think that'll be fun. I'm gonna write that in my notes.
no.
So that does not succeed in getting Gerald into the car or into the van.
Well, I did my best.
Would anybody like to try?
Gerald, this is the only way to get to the big park. Otherwise, we have to walk to the little park, and they don't have the tire swing there.
I mean that would convince me. So let's try this social roll. See if it works.
I have a pretty decent social roll. Like I have 4 points in my social,
Yeah, it's pretty good.
You're like one of our best.
but oh no, I rolled a 10.
We're never getting this kid to the park.
I mean, we could just pick up the kid. He's 4.
That's
I mean,
fair.
that's a whole different game. All right.
That's a physical roll, and that's worse than my social.
I got pretty good physical.
So you have just explained to Gerald about why you have to get into this car and how it's important. And he looks up at you, blows a bubble, and says, "Man, if you did something, how would that be? Can anybody have an idea for how that would be taken as super cool?"
I I would think that like he's like, oh yeah, that's right, and he keeps on chewing the gum and just blowing it, and it gets bigger and bigger, and it pops, and it gets in my fucking mustache.
No.
That would be very funny. What is your mustache made out of?
A question that has never been asked ever.
You know the brooms that you use that like have those big like boxy sort of like things. I took the bristles of them because people always compare them of like, oh look, hoo hoo, look at me, I'm brushing this, but actually it's my mustache. Hoo 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 hoo.
Yeah, it's so lifelike. You
Mhm.
actually do have a very impressive mustache, and I think when Gerald's looking up at you, he's not even listening. He's just fascinated by when you talk, how your mustache barely moves because you don't have lips, and so it just sort of shuffles from side to side as you move your jaw. The mustache is what's the word when you're really focused on something? It's mesmerizing
Mhm.
to Gerald. And he starts to blow a bubble, and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And when it pops, it encloses
Oh no.
Gerald in the bubble. So now he's trapped in a bubblegum bubble.
Oh
What the
no.
fuck?
Wait, wait, if it's floating, we just push it into the car. Just push it in. If he's floating up in a bubble, like I'm just pushing him in, it whatever.
Yeah.
Just, if it pops in the doorway, I don't even care. I just start like
Yeah,
That's
I
amazing.
love this. I think Doug, you absolutely do that. You push Bubble Gerald in. I think, using the bungee cords and the pool noodles and all the stuff that you have collected to make this awesome chair that works, you really strap him in. He's still in the bubble.
oh, he's
It's
extra
Mhm.
protected. That's
Yeah,
perfect.
he's
We didn't even
super
need
Can
the car
he
seat.
breathe?
I mean, he doesn't
Cartoon
look like
physics,
he's dying.
right? Yeah,
Yeah,
Okay, that's fine.
it's fine.
Mhm.
I think he'll be fine.
Okay, cool.
He's just trapped in a bubble now.
Yeah, that's fine.
So good.
Who's driving? I imagine.
Yeah, Indiana
Yeah.
Bones.
Who's sitting next to Gerald?
I take the back seat, like that back row of like 3 seats.
Yeah. I feel like actually the three of you are all sitting back there, leaving Gerald by himself.
That checks. That checks. We get like a moment of like reprieve of like, oh my god, he might not look at us. This is great.
It's just Indiana Bones up front,
Yeah.
driving the Bone Mobile with a big pink bubble
Yeah.
with like
Oh,
the
God.
shadow of a person inside who's like probably like pushing on it, trying to figure out what's going on. And then there's 3 people in the back just like watching.
Every now and then one of you crunches a rock.
Yeah,
You did make them look really yummy.
they were.
The rocks that are now marbles, you made them look very yummy. So
That's the only sound in the car because Indiana Bones does not listen to music when he drives.
Because
Or
he only knows that.
NPR. Just complete silence so he can focus.
Okay,
like,
are you like since you have this level of focus when you're driving, I imagine you follow the rules of the road to the letter. Is that correct?
No, because I think he's so focused because he's not following the rules. Because he's already dead, so he's not like
Yeah.
he's used to not. Even if there's a child in his car, he's used to not being able to die. So
Yeah.
he's just like,
So reckless endangerment. I like
yeah,
that.
for sure. Like for himself, he really tries to watch out for other cars, but like, you know.
All right, so I imagine you are speeding and going through all the lights and such.
Oh yeah.
I think I saw this on Addams Family, like one of the movies.
I think what happens is you come to an intersection where you do have to stop because the traffic is just going, too much. And up next to you pulls a car. It's a white car, and written on the side of it is Townsville Community Watch. And in the car is Karen, the head of the PTA and of the Community Watch.
Yes.
You know Karen because she leaves flyers on your door all the time.
I don't think my window's rolled down, but if it was, I'm just gonna like slowly roll it up.
She rolls hers down.
Yeah, mine is up. Mine is up all the way. All of my windows are up, and I am staring straight ahead.
And she's looking at you for how reckless you've been driving.
No one.
Oh my god! On the back of her car has to be the bumper sticker "Drive like your kids live here."
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. There's also one that says, "My child is an honor roll student at Townsville High."
Yes. Yeah. Of course.
Yeah, she's just one of those people. And yeah, as she looks out the window and her little Karen haircut sort of falls down over her face, and she does this. And you know in your heart that she is going to follow you.
A really quick like look over and then look back, like, and just don't acknowledge.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think this would actually be a really great moment for a break if people don't mind too much.
Yeah. We can take like probably like a 10-minute break. Is that good? Okay.
Sounds good.
Well, Tech Daddy Rich, if you were there.
I'm not the only person in stream that said daddy today. Yes.
Our goal is for everyone to say daddy at least once.
That's right.
Have I not called myself daddy?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Did you during your intro?
Oh yeah, you might have introduced yourself as daddy.
No, I did not introduce myself as daddy.
Oh.
That's not part of my intro. I would.
Yeah, your intro is very specific, and I love every fucking word of it. Yeah, Amanda, let us get back into it. Right? We're like vehicle bound. This will be fine.
When last we saw our intrepid skeletal adventurers, they were driving Gerald to the big park, the one with the tire swing. Gerald is currently enveloped in a big pink bubblegum bubble and strapped very heavily physically into a car seat of sorts in the middle of this minivan that has, and it's a minivan, it's not one of the vans that has the panel van, but it still has a Grateful Dead painting on the side. It's just under the windows. In the back seat, there are 3 regular people, not skeletons. Don't worry about it. And then in the front seat driving is, do we call you Dr. Bones?
Oh yes, Dr.
Okay.
Bones. Absolutely.
Yeah, is Dr. Bones, the archaeologist, who's also a regular person and not a skeleton at all.
I have skin.
Yes, I
Ooh,
and
that is not a thing to say under any circumstance.
okay. First question: whose skin?
It's obviously Dr. Bones' skin. Like,
It's my own personal skin that I grew myself.
It's like that one
Second of
little
all, where do
dry
you
patch.
keep it?
Nasty.
pockets.
I do have pockets.
Pockets full of skin.
A
I
great
mean,
band name. Pockets
I got a
full of
pocket,
skin.
got a pocket full of skin flakes. I got a pocket, got a pocket
Oh!
full of skin flakes. Oh, oh,
Whoa.
yeah, I think actually that we could do that. You could have a band. That'll be for another episode.
Oh, we're a
For
band.
now.
We play
oh. There's already 3 episodes, like 2 episodes planned now. Let's go.
This is
All
just a
right.
full campaign now.
Yeah.
Oops, all skeletons.
Oops, all skeletons. Yes.
Uh, Lord, this is gonna be great. So you're on your way to the big park. Karen is following you.
Yeah.
Every time you do something even a little bit wrong, you can hear a little tap of a honked horn.
Oh
Honk,
my god.
Wait,
honk.
this is cartoon physics, right?
Mhm.
Can we throw some of the marbles out the back of the car?
Yeah.
Yes.
You're gonna kill her.
What is
No.
the intent here?
The intent is to get her to like have to drive off the road to kind of like lose track of us. Like not
Okay.
kill, not flip over the car, just like lose control to the point where she has to like drive off to the side.
Okay, because if she dies, she has to get into the car.
Oh
and she's a skeleton
no,
now.
no. She needs to stay alive. My number one concern is her being alive. So she doesn't join us.
She has to get in the car. Boss, we got another one for
You
you.
have to. That's the rule.
Well, I mean, technically, that means she would just not be an animated skeleton yet. So we have
Mhm.
Yeah,
to take her
just a
back to the
regular skeleton.
necromancer.
Yeah, so
So-
you'd just be carting a body.
I
Yeah.
wouldn't mind that.
Mm,
Yeah, our the back of the van like has a storage compartment, so don't worry about that.
We have
Yeah.
a coffin.
That's just normal minivan stuff.
It's the Bone Mobile.
Yeah, the sticker that says my other car is a coffin is literally that coffin. Is what
Yeah.
that coffin has a sticker on it that says my other car is a van. It's really weird.
My other car is the bone mobile.
It's so
The
good.
yeah, let's so you want to try and scare her or distract her away.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do this as pitch it to me how you want to do it. How you want to make this happen.
First of all, I have to look at Baxter and ask very nicely if they're willing to. Like I know they look really good, but we can find more. We're going to a park where there's like outdoor things like more rocks.
Oh.
Could I steal some of the ones that we have now and I'll pay you back with more when we go to the park?
Of course, yeah, here. And like he just like opens the hat box and you can see inside. There are rocks and there are like little glass like bottles with like various liquids, and there is a large dead rat.
You know, if we weren't in separate cars, the dead rat would actually be better to try to scare her, but cartoon physics and we're driving. So I kind of just like push aside the dead rat and I'm like clinking like clumsily around the bottles and like trying to grab like a handful, but like some keep like going through my fingers and like
Yeah.
just trying to like scoop as many as I can. And like some minivans have that little like hatch window in the back. So I opened that part and I basically just just kind of toss them out like almost like I put my hands kind of outside and kind of like just drop them like kind of clumsily out the back, so they like some of them kind of hit the back of the van and then like bounce off down onto the road.
I want Baxter to be like leaning over you with his hands, like trying to like all the marbles that are falling, like he's trying to like
Teamwork.
desperately help you get them all out the window because like it's not perfect, right? So he's like there trying to help.
So like yeah, so that I'll like almost like scoop some more back up and like he'll grab a few more that I dropped and
Yeah.
like teamwork is great.
Business skeleton, are you helping out too?
It sounds like I'm too far away because we're all like in a row. So like
Yeah.
I think it's them two like on the side and like they're like around the singular window and I'm like on the other side just like I am like sitting very prim and proper, like excellent driving posture and like my hands are on my lap and I'm like ready to go to the park.
He's really excited to go to the park.
Just
Focused.
like we are going to the park today. Meanwhile, we're just trying to scare this lady.
I feel like Business Skeleton's already like planning their pomodoros at the park. Like play for 15 minutes, 5 minutes of math, 15 minutes of play.
5 minutes of math. You're gonna have to add more minutes to math there.
You gotta break up the math with that play.
I mean, like maybe like Gerald can also count like what like monkey bars he's on, you know, like add math even into the fun, just like let it bleed in a little bit.
Math is fun if
Math is-
you're
Math is fun.
Math is fun if you are
business skeleton,
business
Mhm.
skeleton.
If you can count past 10.
which I can't.
Well, we all have like how many bones are in a skeleton? 100 and
206.
206.
so
Mhm.
yeah,
I
we can all count to 206.
I don't know. I can't because I'm gay, so
Oh,
so I can't do math. Sorry.
Is that how it works?
Gays can't do math. Yeah,
Huh.
if you're listen, I'm
Huh.
bi, but I'm gay, so I
Yeah,
can't do
okay.
math.
Yeah, okay.
I will certify that only one gay per 100 gays can do
Yes.
math.
Oh,
Exactly.
okay.
And
so
they're
it's
really good at it.
statistically,
Like
yeah.
you can't
And-
be like mediocre at math.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm the one gay, so like sorry, I still hold the math power.
I
No,
mean,
that's
so
I don't
it's
want it.
kind of like shared amongst, but it sort of siphons into one person. Okay, I'm following now. Thanks for letting me know about this, the gay math principle that I didn't understand before. we're learning. So could you please make this roll?
yes. What am I?
Not-
What?
I think this will be physical to try
Physical?
and drop the marbles in such a way
Okay.
that they don't kill Karen.
Okay.
I like how
Okay.
I
Okay.
like
I
how
got
she
a
was gonna
7.
die.
That's in my range.
7 is in your range?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Perfect.
Don't
Yeah,
kill her. Good.
yeah, I think what happens is the marbles, you know, some of them are bouncing off the back of the van, some of them are hitting the ground and bouncing up, and it's sort of this shower of glass and rocks onto her windshield, and you can see the little pieces knocking out pieces of her windshield and the cracks starting to form. And you see her face. I just had this replaced. And then she sort of spins because she doesn't have proper driving her posture like business skeleton does.
Wow.
So she's not, and she doesn't have her hands on 10 and 3 or whatever it is. I
10
don't
and
have a
2.
driver's license, so I
2.
don't know how this works. 10 and 2. And so she actually spins out the car and it goes careening over a small cliff. Oh, just a small one. And then there's a big explosion. And we see her sitting in the car, and now she's like got steam and you know she's all full of ash, and she's got sort of the smoke coming out of her ears, and she goes, and out come a bunch of marbles.
I
But
love cartoon
you've
physics. This is
escaped.
great.
You've escaped the evil Karen. I'm
God,
assuming
I
she's
hope she
evil because
doesn't
she's a
sue.
Karen. Well, I mean, she probably won't.
I don't have any assets for her to get, so.
That's true. Just my bones.
You can have literally the shirt off of my back, but you won't like what you see underneath it because it will reveal a lot
What?
more than you're willing to know.
So I want to like just to paint the picture for Baxter, like he was helping with the marbles and he's like watching the thing, and we see the like yellow glow of the explosion, right? Like over the cliff thing, right? And Baxter just like whips forward It just pretends like the
And I like close the hatch really fast, and then I like turn around too, and like the two of us kind of just like with our eye sockets just like do that side eye of like
With your eyes on
yeah.
like just the vibe of that, even if we can't
Yeah,
actually do
like
it.
our
Just
our
like
faces very subtly turn towards
yeah.
each other just a little bit, and then we're back to like
Indiana Bones continues to drive, not knowing what happened.
yeah.
but I bet them Indiana Bones would be proud.
Oh,
That's
Indiana
true.
Bones will be so proud when you tell them at the campfire later tonight.
That you blew up a Karen.
Yeah.
I think you safely make it to the park. And I think at this point, Gerald's bubble has mostly deflated.
Nice.
So he's like getting on his skin. He's like fighting to get
Yeah.
it out.
He's kind of like bungeeing a little bit out of it, and I think he sort of uses his nails to pull it down, so you see his face sort of poking out of the pink bubble. And he sticks out his arms, and he sticks out his legs. So he's now wearing like a deflated bubble suit. But he can move and walk and stuff. So
This is taking Sticky Child to a whole other level.
Ah,
Don't worry about it.
peanut butter baby.
We have a pool.
We have a pool.
It's just through that fence over there that we all know how to get through.
Yeah, but we're. Oh no, my mustache.
No, who are you? I don't even recognize you.
Who are you? Get out of here! Oh, business skeleton. It's just you.
There you are.
Okay, so you all arrive at the park, and Gerald, of course, goes straight for the tire swing.
Mm-hmm.
It's valid. Yeah.
Grabs onto it and pulls himself up. He sticks his little feet in the the hole part of the tire where you put your feet.
Mhm.
Holds onto the chains and looks at the group of you expectantly.
Baxter looks at the group and says, I think we do what my parents did. And like he like turns his back to the child and starts working on us.
Oh my god!
Oh my god, that's terrible. That's so fucked up.
Generational trauma is a bitch. I don't know what to say.
We're really getting to some deep places here. Didn't expect
Places
that.
the floor. This skeleton realizes because he, like, I've been to the other park and that has a single swing, and I've seen people push their kids on it before. So
They always give you the side eye while you're watching too. Like, what are you looking at there?
That person in the mask and the sunglasses and the business suit staring at us.
Wearing gloves. You know?
Perfect posture.
bristle mustache.
Really
Um,
fantastic mustache.
So I am going to push with my skeleton might.
Just push straight forward.
Yeah.
Yep, love it. Please roll me a physical move, and we'll see how good you are at pushing children on tire swings.
Probably
That
not
is
because-
its own stat.
Hopefully this is going to be close. It is a 6. I just miss it.
Oh.
This is the best place to start missing things too. This is really good.
Spooky.
Too
Spooky.
spooky for us.
Yeah, because I don't think we've really touched Gerald at this point. So
True. Oh no. And we're
our
at a park
bodies are
full of
not
kids.
warm.
In fact, they're bony
Mhm.
and sharp.
Good tracks.
And could potentially get stuck on things like a tire swing that's moving away from you at
Or
a
a
high
child
velocity.
covered in gum on a tire swing that's moving away from you at
Oh
a high
yeah,
velocity.
he's still covered in gum, isn't he?
We didn't take them off.
Business skeleton, you I mean, your posture is perfect. You actually have the perfect tire swing posture going on here from
Mhm.
watching because you're just really good. You did the math, you know. You did the math on how to do this
It's got
perfectly.
a strong A-frame stance. You
It's
know,
yeah, it's
like
Cool.
really impressive. If there was tire swing pushing Olympics, I think you would probably. Well, I don't know. I don't know if you would actually get into the
No,
Olympics
no,
because
let's get
of
into
what's going to
this. There
happen.
should be one.
There could be, but I
Oh,
don't know.
oh no!
My mustache. It's
I
not
think
gonna
what
last the
happens
night.
is you push little Gerald on the tire swing, your hands on his back, just like you saw those families do. Your hands on his sticky back. You are pulled off of your feet as the tire gets pushed forward, and the rest of you goes with the tire swing, now stuck to Gerald. But you leave your feet in the dirt.
Goodbye, shoes.
Your feet break off your skeleton. They are stuck in the sand. You are stuck to Gerald, who is in the tire swing. And now you are swinging back and forth. And as you swing, as the tire swing moves forward, your body sort of flaps behind. As it moves back, you sort of drag on the dirt.
Help, 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 help.
Doug is gonna pick up both of the feet that are like in the sand, like kind of like try to dig them up and like get them out of the sand, and then is going to start trying to chase the swing back and
Yeah,
forth to see if they can reconnect
yeah,
the feet before anyone notices.
brilliant. Let's up. Do you want to do this? With your physical might. You trying to do it magically?
Let's see. Do
What's your
I
best stat?
my I'm better at magic. I'm better at magic, so I'm gonna try to see if I can like basically I'm gonna try to see if I can like telekinesis the
Yeah,
but like I have to get a good view on it. So
yeah,
like I have to make sure that like my eyes my whole body is basically just like moving with the motion of the swing to like try to make sure that I am like keeping like a good eye on where the feet are supposed to go. And like I will like use magic to actually stick them on there, but it's still that motion of like, okay, but now they're there and now they're
yeah,
here and now they're here and like moving my entire body to do that.
yeah. That's brilliant. There's no way this can fail.
You keep saying that.
Weird, right?
I got a 4.
Hmm.
I don't think. I don't know. Yeah, no, it was a 6 through 9.
You are watching very intently, swaying back and forth with the feet of your friend in your hands, ready to attach magically when they come back towards you. And you do. You magically reach forward and attach their feet. Unfortunately, you attach their feet to their shoulders.
So my laser focus really didn't work then,
Not
huh?
really. Uh, and I think you get tangled up in the tire swing too. But you get tangled up in such a way that your body is like really twisted around it. Like uh Gerald looks up at you, tangled in the chains of his tire swing,
I waved
and
down.
just screams. That sort of piercing scream that only a child can do, that makes every parent in the area take note. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's Ballad of Gerald.
And so you can almost hear the sound of parents' heads turning towards you.
I
You can almost feel them starting to descend upon the park.
Help, 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 help.
Baxter
Quick,
says
do
to
the dance. Do
Indiana
the
Bones.
skeleton dance. Distract them.
Baxter says to Indiana Bones, "Get get them back in the car. I'm gonna clear the park." As he's like uncorking all these like bottles in his hat box, and he's like squishing the rat into one of the bottles,
Yeah.
and he's going to summon a violent storm to like keep all these
Yeah.
people who are busting out their phones. I need those phones to go back into pockets.
Yeah.
I need everybody to be like out of here.
Yeah.
Do not recognize us from the really good TikTok we were
Yeah,
watching.
a
Yeah.
whole bunch of them are watching that TikTok right now too.
No.
So like you're
Yeah.
gonna be right in
I'm
Well,
there.
gonna
it's
Yeah.
okay because I'm kind of tied up at the moment, so uh they probably wouldn't be able to see me. I'm too busy.
I'm gonna yeah, I'm gonna try and
Um,
summon a storm that will get all of the parents to like a big wind whips through, the crack of
Yeah.
thunder, and it's like, oh, it's time to get home
Like
now.
picnic ruining level
Yeah,
storm.
exactly,
Yeah, love
exactly,
this.
exactly. Yeah.
Let's roll it. Let's see what happens.
Honestly, this is a genius
Oh,
idea
that's a
because
6.
people do just run
Yeah.
Yes,
from a
it's a
storm at a
6,
park.
which is just inside of my magical ability.
Yeah, you have succeeded. Describe the storm as it rolls in.
Yeah, I think that uh Baxter is like affecting all of these like potions together, and like he kind of thinks this will work, but then like there's this billowing of cloudy smoke coming out of the hat box, so he like puts it on the ground next to the exhaust of the car as like, well, maybe that will like fool some people, I don't know. And we hear this like crack of thunder, like just over the ridge kind of thing. It sounds close, like you see the flash of light and the thunder, and it's like it's here now, right? There's no delay between the lightning and the thunder, right? And so like I think like we feel this like cool gust of wind and like the smell of rain and this crack of thunder. It's all really coming from the back of the car as it's
Yeah.
like filling into the sky. But from anybody who's not looking at the car, they're all looking at this tire swing. They're not looking over here, as like the cloud is billowing up into the sky, like right over the park, and is starting to fill the local township area, like just around the park itself.
I think there's an added blessing of this storm as it starts to rain down, watery rain. I don't know what is wrong with this area and the pollution level, but it does start to help dissolve some of the gum that's on Gerald.
Are we in Ohio?
Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Okay.
And yeah, I think you're starting to become unstuck. Um, business skeleton, the tire swing. I mean, there's a lot of momentum in this tire swing, I guess, but it goes up again, and you just sort of fall back to the ground.
Mhm.
Get a little dust in your mustache.
Mhm.
Along with that gum from earlier.
Yeah, your feet are still on your shoulders, unfortunately. I
Sorry.
think, um, Doug, you're still kind of tied up in the chains.
Okay. I'm just along for the ride, I guess.
Indiana Bones, do you want to try anything?
um, can I? Okay, so the tire swing is still going, right?
Yeah.
When the tire swing comes back, can I just try to grab Gerald and like pick him up off of it?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, let's do it.
Fantastic.
This
Let's
would be
roll
great.
this physical.
Great.
Great. You love to see it.
Mhm.
Hold on, let me make sure that's me. Yeah, okay. 7 is right in the middle of
Yeah.
my good shit.
Describe picking Gerald handily off of this tire swing.
All right, so I am watching him like go back and forth, like, and I'm just my brain is like, all right, I know exactly when he's gonna like the exact moment, and all of a sudden,
You're channeling
I'm
that
just
business
gonna,
skeleton energy.
yeah, all of a sudden, I'm just gonna pick him up like off, like fully off the tire swing, by his armpits, and I'm gonna hold him like his arm in arm's length away.
This is the proper hold when they're screaming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna like run to the car.
Yeah, and he's still like really putting a lot of effort into those lungs of his. Because not only are you scary skeletons, he thinks now, but
Mhm.
you're kidnapping him, even though you brought him there. It's very confusing.
Mhm.
Right.
But you
He's
managed
full.
to pull him right off the tire swing with no problems, and you very dexterously rush him over to rush him over to the van. This was a very short trip to the park.
I hope we had fun.
I'm still swinging though. I'm having a
You're
good
still
time.
swinging. Yeah.
I'll
You're
come
having-
back for you.
Thank you. Can I try to do like one of those things when like the kids are on a swing and they like do a sick flip off of it? Like just like it'll definitely not go well because I'm not in the position to like actually like prepare myself. So I just want to
Yes.
like see if I can like somehow just get my arms like grasp on the two like the ropes and see if I can kind of like propel myself off after like if I can
Absolutely.
read.
That sounds amazing. Let's see it.
Okay, this is not gonna go well, but
It's gonna be great.
Perfect.
I rolled another 4.
Oh my god.
You are
Perfect.
getting yourself like you know what you want to do. You're visualizing it even. You're gonna land this landing. You're gonna do this triple lutz. It's gonna be wonderful what you're gonna pull off here. And the tire swing goes up. You release the chains that you've been holding on to desperately, and you pull your body in tucked, getting ready for this tumble. You fall through the center of the tire, and when you hit the ground, your head goes bouncing off.
Oh no.
It goes rolling through the park and into a marble hole. You do knock some of the marbles out of the center. Awesome.
Yes.
But now
Success.
your head is in this hole, and your body is under the tire swing.
Oh, this is 100% going to be one of those moments where there's a headless skeleton just running around with its like arms out like this, trying to figure out where its head went, like kneeling down on the
Oh, no.
ground, like trying to
No.
Okay.
like call out so I can know where you are, but I can't hear either. but, you know.
Marco!
Polo. Well, I can't talk. Fuck.
All right. Well,
Help.
we need order. We need to get these jokers back in line, back in right parts where they are. So I'm going to cast some magic again. I bring
you
out
also
my
need to
cast
fix that you have your feet
Yeah.
on your shoulders.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can you walk?
Not without feet.
No, you have feet. They're just on your shoulders.
Yeah, but
Oh,
I,
he wanted
but
Gerald
they,
literally wanted you to do a handstand.
but do you think I can do a handstand? I am business skeleton.
You can roll it.
Okay,
Fair.
I will do a handstand to try to reclaim your head.
Yes.
Thank you.
Oh, thank
I
you for the
appreciate it.
hydration reminder.
Yes.
Oh,
Thank you so
I
much.
don't only have Diet Pepsi, unfortunately, but it's still hydrating.
We love a good Diet Pepsi.
I love Diet Pepsi.
I do have water.
I also
You
have
lied.
fake.
Pepsi is spicy.
I have fake beer. So I'll have a
There it
little
is.
bit
There
fake
we go.
beer. All
The
right.
biggest water bottle.
That is a huge water bottle. It's like bigger than your head.
Like your entire face just disappeared for a second.
Oh, that's a thick boy.
You need to put like a mustache on that too.
It's bigger than mine. I can kind of disappear behind mine, but not the same way.
Boy.
Yeah,
I just have a
I
water
don't know.
glass.
Mine just says that I graduated college in 2019. So
I mean,
it tells me how much
Congrats.
I should drink water for like 12 hours.
see, that's
so,
good.
Mine just tells me to destroy the patriarchy, not the planet.
mhm.
good.
Yeah.
And fight. That's
And to
it.
fight. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, so it's very confrontative. It's great.
So I'm a little bit I'm like 6 ounces behind my water drinking for today. So
Oh
Oh, I
no!
believe in you.
Give us more con saves, everybody.
Yes.
All right.
Oh
do it.
yeah.
Okay.
So let's roll this handstand. I want to see it.
I'm pretty sure it's going to be physical, which is worse than my magic stat. So
I know. That's why this is great.
Fuck, we still have to hydrate.
More.
Fuck you, Blair.
okay. As we are hydrating, I rolled a 6, which is below my physical.
Yes.
You
I cannot do a handstand. I don't know why I tried. I don't have my feet. I have to be in standing position.
Do,
I figured it would help you do a handstand if your feet were on right near your head.
Does he start to get stuck in the mud?
Oh, I like that because it's raining.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you actually do the handstand. It's really good handstand. Nobody is watching you. unfortunately. So you're never going to be able to replicate this. As you are standing on your hands, you start to sink into the mud. And now you are basically buried up to your shoulders. Your head's still out. Don't worry about that. But you're kind of like this, stuck with your arms stuck in the mud, with your legs sticking straight up.
Oh no, I
No
can't do
feet.
magic like this. I can't reach my calculator.
No.
Oh
I
Oh
think your
no.
little shoulder feet are kicking at the dirt.
Baxter's gonna run up to I think the one still in the worst position is the one without a head. So I'm gonna
That's
run
fair.
up to the head, and
You're
I'm
gonna have
going.
to find the body too, because the body's aimlessly wandering
Yeah,
around trying to
yeah.
find the
I'm gonna
head.
I'm gonna run up to the head and put it in the hat box.
With the dead rat.
No, the dead rat's been squeezed into a tube and used to make a storm.
Oh,
So
that's fine.
so now it's just full of other rocks. There's always more rocks in here.
Every time you see a nice
I'm
rock, you
oh,
put it in the
I'm
box
this is like hungry hippos. I'm trying to grab all of them.
because they're so good, right? They're so delicious.
Yes, yes. That is so good. And I'm gonna like run, like I've got this hat box in my hands. It's like raining, and Baxter's like stumbling everywhere, right? Trying to find this body as he like falls forward to wherever he's running and walking to. So yeah, hopefully he can find the body and reattach the head.
I think this is going to be a. Let's do a social roll just for the hell of it, because I can tell you to do that because I'm the keeper.
Because you're looking at my stats.
I
you know,
am.
you know that my social's the
We
worst.
haven't done a lot of social rolls, so I want
It's
to
true.
make sure
It's
that people
true.
get in
It's
trouble.
true. Cool. That it's an 11.
Oh, excellent.
You find my body so well.
Somebody helps me. Oh, can
Yeah.
it be like some like good Samaritan helps me find this person
Yeah.
I'm looking for?
Yeah, there's this guy. He's actually one of the caretakers, the groundskeepers here at the park. And he comes up to you. He's sort of like a big bear of a guy. And he comes up to you and he says, "Oh, I see you're stuck out in the weather with me, huh? You're trying to pick this stuff up here. Let me help. Let me help. You know,
Oh
I
my
saw
god,
you
yes.
in the background on that TikTok. That was amazing,
was
by the way.
Yeah, like
yes,
Baxter
yes,
straight up. Did you?
Yeah,
um,
maybe.
and maybe like if I could, because this was so cool, can I like have this conversation with him while like I throw the hat box back behind me wherever like her body is?
Yes, I love that. I want you to do a physical roll to see
Sure.
how well your throw goes.
Sure, yeah, okay, good. While we have this like in-depth discussion about me
Yeah,
being on the TikTok,
he's like taking selfies with you, like he wants to show his daughter, who loves TikTok.
I roll a 10 on my physical.
You whip this box back, and as it flies through the air, it opens,
Oh no.
and rocks go flying. They're on the part of the park with the cement and the hopscotch and like the four corners and all that, painted on stuff, and they land, forming I don't know, it's something cool. Like a metal hand doing this.
Nice.
Yeah.
And Doug's head goes spinning through the air, hits the slide, slides all the way down the slide. It's a
Nice.
curly slide. Goes for a slide down the slide, lands on a basketball that was at the bottom of the slide, very unsafe. Goes bouncing, hits it through the net. All
Yes.
like no rim, all net. Goes and I think then yeah, bounces. Where should your head end up, Doug? What do you think?
I mean, if it could land just perfectly back on my shoulders, I wouldn't mind that.
Backward.
Unfortunately, it's yeah,
Ooh,
it
ooh.
lands on your shoulders, but it's backwards.
Okay. But then I have that moment of just like I look to like I my head is backwards, but I can still see, so I'm still just like looking to see if anyone can see it, and then I just spin it around if
Yeah.
there's nobody looking, and then I say, Did everyone see that? Because I will not be able to recreate it.
And yeah, no one saw. It was an over the
That would have
shoulder
been such a
throw.
sick TikTok.
Yeah.
Ah, shit.
Okay, so just to get our bearings here, Business
I'm
Skeleton is stuck in the dirt.
Yes.
Baxter, you are engaged in conversation with
Groundskeeper Willie.
groundskeeper Willie. Um, yeah, that's his name now. Doug, your head is back on normal. You're doing good. You're actually, yeah, you're doing really good. You're doing really good. And Indiana Bones, you have your hands full of Screaming Child.
Nice.
Just as you thought this day would go.
Yes.
Yeah, that tracks.
Yeah. It is thundering. It's stormy. It's wet out. Your clothes are starting to stick to your bodies. Well, your
Shit.
skeletons. If you have any makeup, it is washing off.
I just used the big floppy sun hat to cover
Yeah.
some stuff, so that's just probably like dripping and like kind of getting heavy in front of my
Yeah.
face.
My mustache is held on by glue, and we've already said that the rain washed away gum, so
Yeah. It's
goodbye
starting
Oh,
to.
mustache.
no.
I think it's
No.
not fully off yet. I feel like it's
Like
just
off,
really
just
droopy, like one
Really
Yeah.
side.
dangling.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm upside down, so I can't even fix it. So it's just like
Hands are stuck.
once my head's back on straight, I want to go help Business Skeleton because I know that I was also the one to mess up their feet.
Oh, that's so kind of you.
I like kind of amble back towards where like they were trying to look for my head but then got stuck and
Yeah. How are you helping?
you know, I kind of just want to go with the telekinesis thing again because then I can like because either that or I'm gonna try to lift your legs up and your legs are gonna come with the rest and your body's not gonna come with them, and I don't need that.
I love it. Let's try this magic roll.
All right,
I
hopefully
believe
it
in
works
you.
this time. Let's see. Magic is I have a range of 4, so ooh, 11.
Oh god. This park is cursed.
I'm so sorry, Business Skeleton. I've messed you up so much.
I'm flying through the air.
I'm actually
Didn't
going
you?
to
Hey, I did it
hold.
too.
I'm going to hold this moment. We're going to cut over
Hmm.
to Indiana Bones. Indiana Bones, what are you trying to do with Gerald?
So I'm trying to put him back in the minivan.
Yeah.
But if he doesn't start screaming or doesn't stop screaming, I'm just gonna scream back at him.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, he's doing that thing where he's like arms out, not letting you put him into the van, and
Yeah,
he's
I'm
just
just
screaming. Yeah.
Yep, I'm gonna scream right back at him.
Okay.
Yes.
He stops actually for a second, and then he screams even louder.
I scream louder.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
This is healthy
no, I
parenting, folks.
babysit too, so I
This
get this.
is not a core memory of trauma. No, this will be great.
It'll be fondly remembered, I'm sure, or it'll be suppressed. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
So I think this will have to be a social roll to
Oh
see
shit.
if
Okay.
this is going to.
Oh my god.
Um. Ooh, interesting. Interesting. Woof. Okay, so that's a 10, which is above my.
Yeah.
Oh, at least we're not on the skeleton alert.
Oh my god, imagine if you actually like were so scary with screaming back at a child. That is nightmare fuel.
Yeah. I should
This
stop
is
using my lucky dice that always roll a
you
6.
should use your mediocre dice.
Yeah.
Just the average ones that you've never put in dice prison. You've also never been like, these are my lucky ones.
Yes,
I-
exactly. I'm gonna
I'm-
go ahead and switch them real quick.
no worries. So we have Indiana Bones. You're screaming at Gerald. We've got Doug. You are pulling Business Skeleton telekinetically out of the ground. Baxter, what are you doing?
I am Baxter like tries to extricate himself from this conversation. Is like, yes, well, it's been lovely talking to you about the you know, the wonders of hyper local media, but I have to go and help my friends. Is like he tips his like bowler hat, like
Yeah.
water spills over the brim, and he tries to like tip it forward so you can't tell that it's just like exposed skull underneath the hat, right?
I love it. Yep.
And then he goes back. Screaming child or person getting yanked about. I think I'm gonna go help my person that's stuck in the mud. So I'm gonna run over there and sensing that magic is afoot, Baxter will try and assist the ritual or spell that is happening. Um,
All right. I'll narrate what happened, and then you
okay,
can decide how you would help this situation.
sweet.
Doug,
Mhm.
you use your magic telekinetic powers, which are super cool, to try and lift Business Skeleton out of the ground. And you do. But you're so good at magic that Business Skeleton just starts to float as if
Oh,
they
help!
are filled with helium.
Oh,
Help! Help! Help!
And I think as Business Skeleton starts to drift away, you do happen to grab them by the leg with the severed foot. Baxter, this is when you show up.
Oh,
I have
sweet,
a balloon.
sweet. Okay, good. Well, okay, so I think what Baxter is going to do is, oh gosh, on the way over, could I have picked up my hat box?
Of course, yeah.
Like I was running over and like we just see that like skeletal hand like scoop it up, right? And Baxter reaches inside the hat box and pulls out one of the now empty bottles, right? And uncorks it and says and like uh, whispers an incantation for it to like fill with air, right?
Okay.
And he like holds the bottle up to this skeleton that's floating full of helium as it like draws all the helium
Yeah,
into
it's
itself.
anti-helium.
Yeah, there you go. There it is. Maybe that's what I'm trying to go for here. We'll see how that
Perfect.
works.
Let's roll it.
Oh no.
See if we can't get them
Anti-helium's real,
down.
right?
It is now.
Yeah.
That is a 8. Yes, I have an
Ooh.
Yes.
8. I have an 8. Okay, cool. Yeah. So like he just like holds the bottle up and like is there get like hot as it like fills
Yeah.
with air, right? And like
There's this really cool moment where the lightning flashes and just like lights you up from behind as you hold this up and you look really cool.
yeah. Oh, could the lightning like illuminate whatever the gas is in the way that like electricity will like energy will do that?
Yeah.
It's like the bottle and the whatever is going around the thing all like glows for a second, and everybody's like, I hope nobody saw that.
I did.
Yeah. So we get
Yeah,
them
I
down.
think Business Skeleton, you drift slowly down into the waiting and comforting arms of your friend Dug Up. And
To the car.
Love it.
we cut back over to our screaming friend here. Indiana Bones, you're screaming at this child,
Yeah.
who is screaming at you.
Yeah.
And across the street,
Fuck.
in the parking lot, I mean, across the parking lot, there are some families who are waiting out the storm in their car. You can see that they had their picnic baskets and everything ready. And they're just kind of all watching out the window, like,
Uh huh. Yeah.
uh, one of them, the mom of this family, has her phone out recording, and she rolls down the window and says, "Is this a new parenting technique? Cause it's
Okay.
awesome."
Can you describe to me the exact position I'm in? Because I'm imagining that I'm holding him like
Yeah.
right in front of the door.
Yeah, yeah, I think you're holding
Okay.
him right in front of the door. He's got his arms like
Great.
splayed out so you
So
can't get
it's just
pushed
like
in. Yeah, so you can't push him in, and you're
Great.
just screaming in each other's faces.
Okay.
And then across the parking lot, like at the next aisle of cars would be, that's where the
Mhm.
family is. Yeah.
Great. So I'm gonna set him down on the ground. And I assume we're both still screaming this whole time.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna start
Non-stop.
flossing.
I had to try to figure out which type of flossing you meant for a second. Like, did you just whip out some floss and you're like,
No. I'm
Yeah.
Fortnite flossing.
Yeah,
Okay,
Fortnite
alright.
flossing. What is your goal with this? Are you trying to?
I just want him to stop crying, or at least to put his arms down so I can put him in the minivan.
Maybe he's like some sort of like Pavlovian response that he also instantly starts flossing.
Oh yeah,
It's just like
that
a.
too. Anything. Honestly,
It's like a
I
virus.
don't have a specific plan with this,
Yeah.
but I know that kids like flossing, so
Yes.
I'm just doing it and hoping that it helps.
And still screaming. Okay, beautiful.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we're both still screaming at
Yeah,
each other.
the
Yeah.
mother in the car, like she's just like, wow, this is amazing. New technique, fellow parents.
Yeah.
And
On a mommy blog
on a mommy,
somewhere.
yeah, you're gonna
Yummy
be
mommies.
you're gonna be mommy vlog famous. And
Did
yeah,
you just?
can you roll me a social to see if flossing captures the attention of Gerald in the way that you want?
I mean, yeah, I could, but I can't believe it's not physical. Actually, hold on. Fuck, no. I did it too spooky. I got a 6.
Oh.
That's too spooky.
Yeah, as you do when you do the spin thing, you know, to because you have to spin your arms. I don't really know how the dance works, but you have to like move
I
your
know
arms
exactly
to
how
switch
flossing
the
works.
different sides, right? I
Mhm.
think when you do that, one of your when you move your arm too fast and one of your fingers just sort of goes flying, and it lands somehow right in the the window of this car that was across the aisle. They had the window down, and it just sort of like hits the window lock or the door lock, because it's one of those old cars where you had to physically pop
Woof.
the lock, and it locks the door, and then it's just sort of standing there on its own, this finger just having pushed down the lock button, and this family looks at it and looks at you, and then they start screaming.
So we're all just screaming at each other.
So now everyone's screaming.
Are we close enough to hear this? Because like
Oh,
I
yeah.
almost kind of
Yeah.
want to just like
Anywhere
join.
you
Just like
are.
let's just all do a communal scream. Just let it
Yeah,
out.
I feel like if you are all running towards the minivan,
Yeah.
we have Business Skeleton. You were being held comfortably in Dug Up's arms. Your feet still
So we
kicking
can
off your
see-
shoulders.
We can fix your
Yeah.
feet.
Baxter, you have your hat box
Yeah.
under your shoulder. I think the
Yep.
groundskeeper's waving by, and everyone's fucking screaming.
I mean,
I think just to not feel part of the action, I'm not gonna do it on stream and blast out everybody's headphones, but I'm gonna shout out, "Why is everybody screaming?"
That's a great question.
yeah.
The people in the car yell out, "Skeleton!"
Fuck.
Do I have enough fingers to flip them off?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, great. I want to flip them off.
Perfect. Yeah, I'm gonna let you have that. I'll let
I'm
you
gonna-
have that.
Can Baxter take the finger out of their car? Like,
Yeah.
All right, I would like
Just
to
say
do
it's
that.
a Halloween decoration, right? Yeah.
What?
That's
Yeah.
what the-
What
that's
month
what
is
the-
it?
That's what the people do nowadays. Like they have like
Oh, well,
they
it's
have
not
like a
like
fake
cold
hand
enough
sticking out of their
for
trunk.
the snowbirds to go away. So yeah, we can say it's Halloween. Why not?
Oh yeah. Oh, then we have no problems.
Yeah.
I take off my whole disguise.
She's stripping in the child's parking lot. No.
While screaming at a child. It's fine.
Oh no. Okay.
Baxter, when you try to pull the finger out of the door, are you like reaching in the window? How are you?
Yeah, I think I think the way Baxter does this is Baxter reaches into his hat box. I fucking love this prop. He grabs a bunch of rocks and throws them in the car. Here's some candy. He like grabs them. I would very much like this to be a physical thing.
Sure, let's do it. Roll it.
All right, that is an 8. Oh, yes.
All
Okay.
right, describe it. Let's
Yeah.
hear it.
So I think Baxter grabs like the last of the rocks because I feel like I've used this a bit much. Grabs the last of the rocks in the hat box and like tosses them like the window is down, right? And the kids are probably in the back, right? So like past the head of the mom, right?
Yeah,
Towards the kids. He's like, "Here, free candy."
that's
Knowing
not sketchy at all. I love it.
No,
Yeah.
it sounds
exactly how that's gonna
really
work.
valid.
But I'm gonna get that finger out of that car as he like swipes it when everybody's looking away. And it's like there's only evidence of a bunch of rocks
Yeah.
as I leave.
Yeah, the mom is frantically rolling up the window and making sure all the doors are locked because this is just what is going on in this park. They came here for a nice picnic and all of this is happening. They're never coming to this park again. Like ever.
Well,
Uh,
this is our park now.
We're asserting our dominance. That's all
yeah,
we're doing
yeah.
here.
That's a normal thing for people to do at parks. Uh, Business skeleton,
Hmm.
what's up? You're
I've been
rescued.
I'm being carried by our our gardener friend. My feet are still attached to my shoulders.
Yep.
I would like them detached, please. So I'm going to use magic on myself to detach them and reattach them.
Yes, please
I'm
do
going.
this.
I'll put them down in like like the back seat, like since it's that like bench seat, I'll like try to put them down there so they can kind of just have room to spread out and do what they gotta do.
Yeah, I'm doing the calculations. I'm doing the right math. I'm making sure the incision is correct, so I don't accidentally like rip my business outfit.
Yeah, of course. Priorities.
Because even though it might be Halloween, it's still suspicious to be in the middle of the day in skeleton costumes.
We just like the season.
Yeah. I mean, people go to Salem and dress up as witches all the time. Why can't I
All the
dress up as a
time.
skeleton?
Every day.
Fuck.
Every
I rolled a
day.
10.
Every day.
So you
I need to throw all these dice into dice jail. I've gone through like 8 dice.
you
Too many dice.
you actually, your calculations are spot on. Of course, your business skeleton, your calculations are going to be spot on. And I think that the only real issue is that you forgot to account for the added weight of the mud
Mhm.
that you were stuck in that is now sort of weighing down parts of you. And when you cast this spell to unattach the feet, you unattach all of your bones. And
Uh-oh.
now you are a
Sisters.
pile of bones in a business suit on the ground.
I
And
mean,
from afar, it kind of looks like you did close up magic. Like there was even a
Yeah,
poof of light.
yeah.
Penn and Teller who?
Yeah, I just disappear and
Yeah.
and with my clothes, I also like my clothes are still there, and that's all it looks like.
Yeah, one of the kids in the car, the one that is sitting there like munching on a rock and just like, wow.
Baxter is going to put business skeleton in his hat box.
It's dark in here.
Yeah, I think you put all the little pieces of business skeleton in the hat box. Um, you can
And
hear
put
the
it put it.
rattling around of all the marbles inside business skeleton inside the box.
Oh, that's right. You had all those marbles in your body this whole time.
And oh no, you're out of rocks, aren't you?
Yeah.
Never mind.
I am.
But now you have marbles.
Now I'm
Yeah,
marbled.
they have marbles. It's gonna be fine. I think for one last chance to get this kid in the car,
I can't help.
Indiana Bones, what are you gonna do?
Okay, so I'm screaming at him. But I'm gonna be like, hey, only cool kids get in the car. You know?
Oh, reverse psychology.
Exactly. So don't get in
Smart.
the car because you're not cool.
That's smart. Roll that social.
Fuck!
Why?
I got so I got a 6 again, which is too spooky.
When you say this, because you've just been screaming, your
Uh-huh.
voice sounds harsh and disturbing, and I'm pretty sure you're breathing out fire at one part.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
that
Like
tracks.
Oh,
it's
God.
scary. Um,
Yeah.
and I think as children are wont to do when they're very frightened, I think um, Gerald starts to cry, scream,
Shit.
uh, and is very very scared.
Ooh, old sport is gonna be so mad at me.
I think he does. He's frightened enough. He does let go, and he kind of
Okay.
fetal positions himself in on himself.
Oh, that's actually great. Can I like is he like the size of a ball and can I kind of like not exactly drop kick him into the car, but I mean like kind of like
Get him in.
Scoop him up.
you
I
know
would
what
like
I mean?
you to roll the physical for drop kicking him into the
Fantastic.
car.
Fantastic. Please, for the love of God, hold on. Oh no, that tracks. We're in it.
All
I got
right,
a 6.
describe this.
Yeah.
All right.
Describe
All right. Whew.
describe your drop kicking this child to make him sit in the car.
There's a moment of hesitation before he does it.
Yeah.
And he's just thinking about it, and he's like, "Do I really want to drop kick this kid?" And then he's like, "I have no choice." And so he just kind
No
of like
choice.
picks him up by the armpits and just kind of like very slightly like puts him in the air
Yeah.
so that he can like have that great like leverage, and just kind of throws him in the air and then kicks him hardcore into the van.
And because Gerald is fetal positioned in out of terror, everything about he's totally protected. This doesn't even hurt him. He's not even gonna have a bruise. Like
Fantastic.
it's fine. It's fine.
Also, we have the pool noodles in our car seat.
Oh yeah, we got the
Yeah.
pool noodles, we got the
Fine.
floaty.
Yeah, I think he's sort of now somehow sitting there very fetal positioned, locked into his car seat, very safe.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Let's go.
So I have a question, Baxter.
Yes.
Do you
Really
have your
quick,
hat box
can I
in
go
your lap?
pee?
Yeah,
I have to
absolutely.
pee so bad. Sorry.
Do
Yeah.
you guys want to take a little fiver? We're
Mhm.
almost we're very
Yeah.
close
Oh,
to the
we
end
don't
here.
have to. I just have to pee
Oh yeah.
for
Do you
like
think?
30
Because
seconds.
yeah, I think Baxter is like if we're all getting into the car, right?
Mhm.
Baxter is going to sit in the passenger seat now because I need a little extra space, and I'm gonna have the hat box in my lap, and like I'll open it so that business skeleton can like participate and see, and we can start to do things like get you reconstituted as a
Yeah.
as a thing.
Do you
But
make sure that business skeleton's face is like turned out of the box and not like staring into the corner?
yeah. I set you so that you can see the Indiana bones as they maybe get into the car. Um,
I think the drive back is
wait,
fairly oh,
before
still talking.
before the car starts, right? We're
Mhm.
like we're like all got in, the doors are shut. As soon as the doors shut, Baxter says, "Okay, so the small park, right? We're going there. I mean, this is a bust."
I'm in.
Can we just be done with parks?
I'm in multiple pieces. Let's go home.
You're right. Okay. So then, yeah, Baxter will be quiet as we drive.
Okay. Yeah, I think the drive back is fairly uneventful. As you
That's
pull up,
nice.
as the Bonemobile pulls up to your spooky house, you see the necromancer. This time, poking his face from an upstairs window, like
I
kind of
give him
from
a
the
thumbs
side.
up.
We never told him we were leaving or where we were going
Were
or
we
He gives
anything.
you
supposed
a
to?
thumbs up.
I mean, it is his
No.
nephew.
He never gave us
Sorry, Daddy, we kidnapped your nephew.
It's fine.
He told us to babysit his kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, kids want to go do things. They don't want to be in their own house.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially in a big creepy house full of like
That's-
skeletons.
and traps.
And
Traps.
perpetual like rain clouds overhead.
Yeah, and like probably ravens.
Mm.
Because they
Yeah.
gotta hang out somewhere when they're not on the car.
I wish I had a better social. All right. Baxter, I don't have a good social enough for this, but I'm going to do it anyways.
Do it.
Baxter's going to look at Gerald, right? He's going to like whip his head around. It's like, all right, Gerald. That was a lot. That was kind of scary. We could go tell everybody and you'll never get to visit your uncle again. Or you can see just how much fun it can be to have 4 of your best friends that can do lots of interesting things. And then like I'm gonna shake the hat box full of like business skeleton.
Maybe one day you'll invite us to your wedding.
We're great at parties.
We're so great at parties.
I roll it. I love this.
Shit. Why did I go so terrible and social?
Can I use the help action?
That's a 7.
Oh,
Woo! Gerald looks up at you, looks over at Business Skeleton in the box, looks over at, at the back of Indiana Bones' head, I guess, because you're still in the car.
What if he looks back towards where like back towards the back seat where Doug is literally like laying down on the like that bench seat in the back because it's been a long day.
Yeah.
So she just kind of like has her like arms behind her
Yeah.
head like kicked up and like sees the kid looking and like
And I think, Gerald looks at you and says, okay, but only if you give me all my marbles back.
Business skeleton barfs up all the marbles.
And it's weird because it's like this dry hacking cough sound, even though you don't breathe. And they're not like wet or anything because there's no goo
Yeah.
or anything.
nice.
It's just dry marbles. And somehow you cough up the marble bag too. It's real weird. Yeah, I think at that moment a car pulls up to the curb. It's Gerald's parents.
Indiana
get out-
Bones freezes and pretends to be a statue.
And
is
weird, you
the
can
car
write it.
moving still or is are we like
Oh, you're stopped. You're stopped.
okay
Yeah.
okay I was like
Stop
just
driving.
mid
Stop,
driving
car
just
turns
like
off. Yeah, I think the Gerald's parents get out. Gerald sees his parents and very easily disconnects himself from this chair that you've made.
You mean her like shoddily constructed child?
I mean,
What
okay,
is-
to be fair, it's the parents' fault for not providing us
It's
with a
true.
child seat.
Yeah, they're
Like
bad
whenever I
parents.
babysat, they
That's
don't just
so
expect me
true.
to have the tools. Like
Yeah,
they
they're
give
bad
me the things. So
and
what are
Gerald
these parents
goes-
doing?
They're terrible parents. Gerald goes running up to his parents, and they scoop him up and kisses all over his face and our baby boy and look at you. Did you have fun? And Gerald looks back at the 4 of you and nods and says,
I'm gonna
Yeah.
wave. I'm gonna wave. I'm gonna wave your hand.
I love it. Waving business skeleton's
Yeah.
hand. Yeah. Gerald nods and says, yeah, can we come back tomorrow? And that
Part
is
two.
the end of Numbskulls.
Fuck.
Thank you for joining this journey of chaos and what the fuckery. It's always a real fun to run this game. I like to end any game that I run with a little debrief thing called Stars and Wishes. You probably have heard of Stars and Wishes.
Yay, of course.
Stars are moments that you liked, things that you enjoyed, little shout outs to other players or whatnot. Wishes are something you could see if we played this again, and something you could see, something that, oh man, I wish I would have done this, it would have been really fun, or anything like that. Little wishes about how good positive things you liked about the game. This is not Bad debrief. I want to throw out stars for all of you. This is an extremely narrative heavy game. There is no like I didn't have anything prepped. There's no set thing. I have the character keeper that I made, and that's it. And that just sort of takes you through character creation. So it is everything that's in this game. It comes from the creative minds of the players, and you all just ran with it. Like you picked up what I was laying down right off the bat and took it up that to 100 just real fast. So thank you all for that. That was so good. There were so many wonderful moments that I thought I was going to start crying. I was laughing so hard at your skeletons. They were all amazing, and my wish is that we have a part 2 of this.
Yeah.
I'm going to pitch it, so it'll happen.
Oh man, that was so much fun. Yeah, I really enjoyed this game. I think just to keep it brief, I want to give a shout out, Chaotic with Business Skeleton and your dedication to math as your font of magic was just really fun. It's like you knew exactly who they were and how their stuff worked, and that was so much fun to like see all that come together. So thank you for that. I think yeah, my wish would be I definitely want a part two. This was too much fun to just leave it here and see what our adventures are with Gerald next.
Oh shit, who's next?
Whoever would like to go.
Papa can go next. I'm Papa, by the way.
Thought you were daddy.
I am daddy, but for some
Okay.
reason I prefer calling myself Papa. I prefer
Okay.
when other people call me daddy, but I call
Okay.
myself Papa. Anyway,
Noted.
This
so
parasocial relationship is really interesting to me right now.
my
Not really-
stars. My stars are for literally everyone here because I love you all, and this is not because I'm drunk. It's a little bit because I'm extremely drunk. I haven't had alcohol in a while, so I'm having a great time. I really love playing with you guys. It's very nice. The people I played with before, the people I haven't played with, it's just very fun. And I guess my star is also also kind of leans into my wish because I also wish for a part 2, but not just a part 2. Fully wish for like a full campaign. I think it would be so funny. Like I want to get into like the dark backstories of these skeletons. Because I know they all have like
the horrific
serious...
crimes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I want to know how they all died. I want to know like who betrayed them.
Yeah, we only know how I died so far.
We need like a prequel.
Like I want to get into this shit. Like I would be 100% down every fucking Sunday to do this. To just be skeletons.
Well, I mean, we think about
we keep doing it as like life stages of Gerald. Like every time he has another.
Gerald goes to like middle school.
Yeah.
His first recital.
Oh.
He's like,
Gerald's first kiss.
Oh.
oh my god, we have to be chaperones at his homecoming.
Oh my god! We have to get him to be homecoming king.
The night of.
I don't know. I feel like every single one of you would be Carrie.
We drew Gerald into Carrie.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Outstanding. Any more stars, wishes?
Oh, I just love everybody's characters. How quickly we got into the game. I always enjoy you GMing like comedic games, Amanda. They're always so fun. I really liked how much you did like callbacks to like previous things of like, oh yeah, the marble situation.
Yes, that was so good.
TikToks.
The TikToks. Just like this sort of like, oh yeah, there's a storm and it caused everybody to leave, but they just went to their vehicles and like that. It just, oh man, it was all interconnected. That was such a fun time. Everybody really made distinct characters, like even though we were all skeletons, but we were different types of skeletons. Like I just love the hat box, like the gardening. I love the screaming match.
It's so good.
That's so
Uh,
good.
Yeah, I'm about the same too. Like just every single moment was like its own. Like we literally made these characters like 4 hours ago. And
Yeah.
like I was like, I don't know what like I don't even know who my character is fully. Like I know that their name is Dug Up. Like cool, yeah.
That I had
Like
prepped.
Yeah.
like that I literally did research for that. That was the one thing that I like thought
Wow.
thoroughly through. And I was like, what is my character's name? I need to have a funny like skeleton name.
Yes.
But then everything else just like I've never laughed so like genuinely much within a 4 hour time span in my entire life. Like all of you were incredible, and like just every single little moment was so good. And I would definitely do a part 2 as well. So
It's good.
Can't believe we're doing a full campaign of this.
wow. I can't believe this is episode 1 of our
Yeah.
like years long campaign
Yeah,
of
we're-
Numbskulls.
I
Of her
can't.
55 episode arc of
And this is where it all began.
Mhm.
Oh, we're gonna
Can
look
you
back on this
believe it?
day.
what's really gonna suck is there's no character progression. There's like nothing.
Yeah,
There
there's
really
no
isn't.
stats
We
upgraded.
never
It's gonna be
learn, we
really
never
weird when
grow.
this gets turned into a TV show.
Yeah,
You
like
know?
people who are watching it or listening to this after like, the TV show is already out and
Yeah.
like ready to go.
Yeah.
Like I want you to know we came from humble origins.
Yeah, we won't forget, where
This
we
was
came
truly ad
from.
lib. We did not write this, even though it seems like we did.